welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you stopped here to join me today, and my name is Ashley, and today we are talking about how do I really feel. So I think I decided that I want to call my product review slash final thoughts, how do I really feel about the product. So I believe in doing first impressions on my channel, and I let you guys know I'm very transparent about everything, that a lot of times I am trying a product for the very first time, or if it's a product that I've kind of glazed over, I have tried it multiple times and it was something that was regular to my collection. So how do I really feel will involve basically all of the products that I have demoed for you or brought looks to about on my channel, and giving you a final wrap up of how do I really feel about the product. Does it perform well? What do I think about the price point compared to the performance? And are the shades worth it? Should you really just pick it up? And just basically, I really like to focus on quality and performance. For me, sometimes the cost doesn't matter if it's $2 to $3 to $55 or however much money, but does it perform well? Does it last on my eyes, especially when we're talking about eyeshadow palettes? So my main product here are eyeshadow palettes, and I do have a foundation and a couple lipsticks to point out to you. A couple of products I have not really talked about on my channel, but I've been testing them out secretly, so I wanted to mention them so you guys can check them out and formulate your own thoughts about them. And everything that I have today, I have used at least 3 times. So I feel like 3 times is enough for me to kind of gather if I like something or not, especially like the second time. Am I more excited to use the product after using it the first time? And does the product last a long time on my eyelids, especially eyeshadows? Or does the foundation look good? Or what about the lipstick? Did I have problems with it? Did it bleed out? Was it a mess by the end of the day? So I hope you stick with me. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with these product reviews so the video is not too long, because you know I can sit here and talk to you guys forever. Literally, you guys should see like the just rambling I just cut out of my videos when I edit. So I'm going to take these products, and not in any really particular order, but I'm going to go ahead and start talking about them. So first up, I have, this is new, this is fresh out on the scene. I am talking about the Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. I have done 2 videos on it, and I've used this palette about 4 times, and let me tell you, I am in love. I think this palette is beautiful. Now, disclaimer, when she came out with this, I was like, that is boring. I don't want it. I talked to my friend Whitney, who I'm always like, we're always sending us the little Instagram DMs like, what you think about this? What you think about this? I was like, girl, it's boring. I'm not getting it. I don't understand. And then when she released the promo swatches, they weren't really doing anything for me again. But if you want to go through, I have a total full first impressions of this palette, and then I have a second look. So my first impressions video, I go through the colors, the swatches, the price points, the grams, my pros and cons, and I do a look for you. And I use this palette using a brush. And I say that to say, because you know she is marketing brushes that you can buy with this palette, but they are exclusive only to shophudabeauty.com, and they were actually sold out when I bought the palette. I purchased the palette from Sephora during the VIB sale. The palette retails for $65. And then in my second look, I go ahead and do a more subdued look, but I focus on using the Sephora glitter liners, which is very comparable to her Fender blender that she's promoting and has been around for a long time, and I have been using that, and it even works on the Rose Gold original palette. And in the first video, I also do compare these big chunky shades to the first Rose Gold palette, because I know a lot of people are like, it looks chunky, but I promise you it is not. I think this palette is beautiful. It's a go. And these, you know, there are 5 finishes in this palette. So we do have the 2 glitter shades right here, and then we have the multi-reflective pearl shades. Sorry, yeah, are yeah, multi-reflective shadows. They're not pearls, because she does have a pressed pearl in this palette as well. But they are not chunky. Check my first 2 videos out that I did about this. I promise you they are not chunky. The looks you get with this is beautiful. I even come back and show you what I look like after 8 hours, even testing the concealer base out. Now, what I do think is kind of messy This palette you have to use with care. If you're a person that just like goes through your palettes and they look like they just been torn to shreds even after having it a month, like you're gonna have to be kind of conscious, because you know there are pressed glitters in this palette. So I do wish that they were like down towards the bottom and not next to these matte shades where they can easily transfer. My concealer base, it looks a little gunky. I kind of have to rub. I know I saw Mel Thompson put some tape over hers, and I'm gonna so try that, because I don't want gunk in this concealer base, because that's just nasty. I don't need any other thing to irritate my eyes other than my allergies that I have going on right now. And so I definitely keep this palette in a cool, dry area, because as this concealer base, it can get funky really quickly. But overall, I think she did an amazing job. This palette is beautiful in person. Once I started seeing the PR videos and people putting them on, I was like, wait, what? Okay. Whew. Okay, I think I need this palette. It is gorgeous, and the looks that you could come up are so festive. With the glitters, you could do holiday looks, you can do daytime looks. I think this is an overall beautiful, stunning palette. I do wish there were just a couple of, just one more deeper shade. Huda never really goes that deep on the defining shades. I wish for the next time she just steps it up a bunch, would just give us like another shade to deepen up the look. Just give us a couple more options, because I don't need the shade Bare. I know everybody's like, the beauty guru, we need the shade Bare. I don't need it, okay? At this point, everybody should have probably their favorite shadow that they like to set their base with. I'm at the point where I'm not even setting my base, because you just get the max performance out of your shadows without setting your base. But overall, like I said, I think the palette's beautiful, but I could have done without this. I could have got another shade, and maybe we didn't need this peachy shade. And I just wish we had one more deepening outer V shade, or just something that you could take across the crease. It just really just set the look off if you want to do nighttime look. But overall, I think the palette is beautiful. Like I said, it's $65. I did pick it up during the Sephora VIP, so I got the 20% off, and it's also available at shophudabeauty.com. But I think this is beautiful. It's a go. So, like I said, I'm not talking about anything in any particular order. I'm just trying to pick it up without dropping it, because you know I'm always dropping stuff, if you know me. Oh, and by the way, I did film this look, so it should be up hopefully by now. It's the it will be my Dark Star Pat McGrath palette, look number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Too Faced Do You foundation. So I'm not a big foundation person. I've kind of made that known. I know I've been wearing foundations in my videos. I don't feel like I need foundation to complete my look, but sometimes I do want a foundation, and I want a nice, healthy glow. I want to look like myself. I don't want to be too caked up, and I think this foundation is beautiful. I'm actually wearing it right now. I am wearing the shade Warm Sand, and this is the Tutti Frutti Do You foundation. Like I said, I'm wearing the shade. Oop. See, always dropping something, and then my hands, it's a mess. It's a mess. So I'm wearing the shade in Warm Sand, like I said before, and this is a dewy full coverage foundation. They said it's long wearing, and I find that true. They said it's dewy finish. I find this true. I find it is hydrating, just like they said, and it is brightening. I feel great when I wear this foundation. I feel like I look like myself, which is very important to me. I don't want to look cakey. I don't want to look like I have on a bunch of base makeup. It does come with this pump, and of course, because you know it's Too Faced and it's the Tutti Frutti collection, it has to smell like something. But it smells like watermelon cucumbers, and the smell is actually not that offensive, and I do like it very much so. So this foundation right here, like I said, I've worn this foundation for like 8 to 10 hours at a time. It looks great. I don't set it when I wear it, but I do have very dry skin, so I want to point that out. I do not set this foundation, so at the end of the day, I'm looking pretty much exactly the same, unless I've just had something crazy just happen to me. But I am enjoying this foundation very much, and I wanted to mention it to you. So next up, we have the Brown Sugar Palette. This is the Carucci times Colourpop collab, and it looks like this. She's giving us black exploitation vibes with this packaging, lettering, and this glittery. It's the plastic package. I think I prefer the cardboard packaging by Colourpop, but I am enjoying these small little cute compact palettes for the nice shades, and it looks like this. It is beautiful. We are talking about a mix of cool tones, and warm tones. And this palette, it is so beautiful. I've used it, like I said, 3 times. I've worn the look and I've not had any problem. It retails for $12 if I haven't said that yet. And this is like Karrueche's 4th collaboration with Colourpop. But like this color right here, Amber, is a perfect peachy nude color. This shade Auburn is stunning. It is so bronzy, peachy, goldish. And then the color Saute is beautiful. I'm loving a good gray matte. This is grayish with like a hint. I can't describe the colors, I'm sorry, but I think you have several shades. It's a perfect palette when you want to have pizzazz but be neutral. And then also if you're going to work, or if you're just like not a person that really enjoys a whole lot of color, I think this is neutrals done right. I think that this palette is great. It's curated, it's nice, it's 9 pans. It doesn't give us too many options, but it gives us the right amount of options. You have 2 shades right here where you can definitely deepen up the look. Right here, this shade is a little bit more powdery than the others. And then Sorrel is a nice medium tone. Then you have a couple transition shades just depending on your skin complexion or your preference for your makeup look that day. And then you have 3 gorgeous shimmers, which I think they layer well, they're creamy, and they don't take a lot to build up. So that's what I appreciate about this palette. I think this is an excellent palette, and like I said, it was $12, so you can't beat the price. So my next product, I'm going to talk about something, and just a disclaimer, I might be a little bit partial because this person who started this company, I do not know her personally because we were in 2 separate majors. My major was grueling. I was downhill. I was isolated. I was in pharmacy school just down there. And she was in the School of Business and Industry. So like I said, I am partial because this person is a Florida A&M Rattler. So I had to support her business. And the lip bar, I'm talking about this liquid lipstick from the Lip Bar, and I have also Boss, which is a red shade, and I have this new purple shade, and I was so happy to pick this up in my local Target. So congratulations to you. Like I said, like I'm a little partial, but I'm gonna keep it honest. I think that these liquid lipsticks are beautiful. I also have this lip gloss right here. I'm wearing it over a Makeup Shayla Colourpop lipstick, and it's nice and hydrating. I have the shade of Goddess right here, and this is actually the lip gloss. I can't speak anymore. I got so excited about her going to FAMU. But it looks like this, but the only thing I would say with the packaging, I do enjoy the outer packaging. I think it's different, but I feel like the stem on the applicator is a little flimsy because when I'm applying my lip gloss, I feel like I'm in danger of breaking it. So far that's my only complaint. Of course, this is a shimmer. It blends in very well, as you can see, but it's not gritty. And at this point in my life, I do not like gritty shimmers. I can appreciate a good shimmer lip gloss, but I just don't like the grit. This liquid lipstick is great. It's not too drying. It does not flake off. It packs a punch. The color is vibrant, and you do not need a lot. This liquid lipstick actually retails, I'm just checking my notes, it is $12, and like I said, I purchased this in-store at Target, at my local Target, and they do have more shades online. My Target selection, it was a little thin. I'm not sure what was going on. Target, pull it together, get her together, okay? Do her display the right way. But like I said, I was very excited to pick this up in store. Like I said, this applies like a dream. It's very opaque. You don't have to put on layers of layers. Usually one dip is good. You might just want to spot touch. Even if you have to touch up after eating, which you hardly have to do unless you're eating something kind of greasy that will disrupt the lipstick, you can go ahead and reapply very easily without taking it all off. So I've really been enjoying these products from the Lip Bar. So congratulations to you for being here. So now I'm moving on to the Marc Jacobs Sequins eyeshadows. These babies are so cute. They are flying off the shelves like hot cakes. So it's actually a very glittery, shimmery eyeshadow. I have the shade here in Topaz Flash. They are retailing for $28, and of course you can pick this up from Sephora or the online store. It's like a cream shadow, but these are just a fun accent to put on your lid. They are beautiful. They have staying power. You just tap it on with your finger, or you can use like a concealer brush, or like I talked about the Sephora glitter eyeliners. They work like a dream, and it will definitely just take your look up there. So if you're looking for something interesting product, and even though it's a cream, or kind of, it's not so much of a cream, but it's more like a jelly based product, it is not hard to work with. You should keep this little stopper in it right here, just so it doesn't dry out, and just screw it tightly. But like I said, this is beautiful, and your look will surely just exceed to the top when you wear this. So I actually, like, I'm just excited. I've had like no duds in this review. So if it sounds like I'm like, I would just definitely keep it honest with the pros and cons, but I just haven't had any duds lately, and I just really appreciate it about that. So I also have here the Hasina 2 palette by Blush Tribe. So this palette retails for $32.74 USD. The odd amount is because this company is based in the United Kingdom, and you know they are the British pound, so the British pound is actually worth more usually than the US dollar. So when you do the conversions over, that's how you get that little funky price. But there are some discount codes on there. I actually waited a month for this palette because I decided to get the slower version of shipping, but she does offer more shipping details. Like the shipping was only $5, and I felt like this was worth it. I know she plans on restocking this palette in January, so if you are loving the color scheme, if you love purples and blues and greens, this is the palette for you. I have done several different looks. I do have a tutorial up on my channel with this. I think it is a beautiful palette. If you're just looking for something cool, a nice accent palette, I think this is gorgeous. Like, you have this black, you have these deep greens, you have a nice Kelly green. In the mattes, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 mattes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have like the equal number of mattes and shimmers. I think it's beautiful. I do wish there was like maybe a darker, one more blue shade, then maybe like a darker royal blue matte that would set this palette off. But overall, I think it's beautiful. The customer service is great. You got shipping confirmations, so you knew when the palette would show up. And like I said, it performs well. It lasts well on the eyes. Like, you could check my other video out for swatches, or also, I think they're also on my Instagram page. And if you don't follow me, Instagram is Dr. Ash and her makeup. But this shade Jade right here is such an interesting shade. Jade and Shea, they are beautiful. I mean, the pigment in these shadows are pack a punch. I think this is just something very gorgeous to try out. Okay, so the next palette that I have is this palette by Colourpop Cosmetics, and it's called the Frostbite palette. I did 2 looks with this palette, and I'm also wearing this palette in the video where I do the makeup mess tag. So this palette is very versatile. This company is right here in Missouri. I found them because of Angelica Nyquist. She's a Swedish YouTuber and does a series on her channel that comes up every Sunday. It's called Make It on the Wish List or Not. Yeah, so because you know it's a lot of different series on there, but she also focuses a lot on indie brands, and I love indie brands as well as the mainstream brands. So this palette is so gorgeous. I mean, it's keeping a tradition with what's going on right now. You know, cool tones are really like making its way back, and it looks just like this. I mean, it is gorgeous. This black, this shimmer shade, these shimmer shades are so nice. Now, these 3 in the middle are mattes, and when I tell you, they are like the creamiest mattes ever. I don't know how they have formulated this, but they pack a punch, and they're not too much. So if you're a person that doesn't like too much pigment at once, you can definitely manipulate it so it's not so much impact, but you can definitely build them up. They blend so smooth, and I'm not sure how they did it, because let me tell you, a baby blue is hard to formulate, so is a purple, and definitely so is a blue. These are like the hardest shades in the game to formulate as far as eyeshadows, but they are gorgeous. Now, you do see like these shimmer shades right here. These 2 shimmer shades, these are actually also mattes also, these 2 shades, but they have the same formula as here, but you can actually see the glitter when you put them on your eyes, because a lot of times when brands do these matte shades or these matte type shades that are not actually foil shades with glitter in them, a lot of times it's like, for what? Why? Because you cannot see it, but you can see the shimmer in there. You do have a little bit of fallout with this, especially kind of the black, but It is amazing to me how they got this to formulate and stay in here. I think this is an excellent palette. It's right on trend with what else is going on right now. This palette retailed, I think, it was $30, but I was able to get a coupon code that saved $5 on it, and I got fast shipping on this palette. It came very well wrapped. This is a brand worth checking out. They do have a warm tone palette. I do kind of want to check it out, but I have so many warm tone palettes, so I'm waiting for like the next release to see what's on there. But they are definitely on my radar. This is a new company to me. It's called Ashleigh Cosmetics, and I purchased this directly from their website. But I'm like, when I say I'm very impressed by this, like these shimmer shades, the mattes, they are done so well. So I definitely think that this is a palette that's worth checking out. So another palette that I think is worth checking out is also from the Too Faced collection, from the Tutti Frutti collection. And this is the Razzle Dazzle. I don't have the pineapple palette. I wanted it, but when I purchased this one, that was out of stock. But this Razzle Dazzle palette, it is gorgeous. I mean, these shimmers, I don't know what Too Faced did. You know, when Too Faced gets it right, they get it right. And when they get it wrong, they just get it wrong. It's just like no happy medium with Too Faced. I'm like, can we just stay on this direction? They have been getting it right lately. So can we just continue forward? But of course, because it's Too Faced and it's the Tutti Frutti line, it smells like some crazy berries. They could have kept the smell. I'm not here for it. And the foundation is nice. It's just cucumbers, which is calming, soothing. This one kind of smells like cough syrup, so I'm not feeling the smell. You do have a nice little mirror right here. This little shimmer shade, it is gorgeous. I mean, when you just put it over the lid, it is fabulous. These mattes blend out so well. I think we could have probably just did another shade other than this new color. I mean, I could say that all I want, but people do have their preferences. You have this nice deep blend out, deep dark matte, but it does have the glitter in it. You see a little bit of glitter, but you don't see the glitter like how you would see it in this Ashleigh Cosmetics palette. So, and then you also have this purple matte. These shades, I mean, the shimmers are so gorgeous. The mattes perform well. They are buildable. They pack a punch. I'm going to close this palette because it smells killing me right now because it's right by my nose. I think they're cute. It's compact. They really did a good job on this. This retails for like $35 or $32, and you can purchase it as this collection is only available at Ulta. So the Do You foundation and this palette is only available at Ulta, and they release so much stuff within this collection. And you can also get on the Ulta website and, of course, TooFaced.com. But I do think if you cannot afford to purchase the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, that this is a nice edited version of that palette. You know, the berry trends, the berries, the mauves have been really on trend lately. And I think that if you just don't want to spend $65 on that Huda Beauty palette, like this would be a nice, small, edited version of that palette. Okay, so right now we are moving on to Mother Pat, okay? So this is actually the Dark Star palette, and this is from the Opulence collection. You know, she released 3 palettes. She released the Dark Star and the Bronze Sensation and the Metamorphosis palette. So I actually have this palette on my eyes today, and like I said, I did film this look for you. And so, you know, I think this palette is very versatile. Like, this slate gray matte called Deep Space, oh my goodness, it's so great. I have that in my crease, and then this is the gold shade I have across my lid right now. And I do have a little bit of Metropolis on here. Like, I was on the edge, and I told this when I did the video about this palette. I was really on the edge about purchasing this palette because I really just thought like I was good with my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt palette that has this one and this one on it. But then I was just like, I'm gonna try it because I really want that matte gray. I really want it, and I'm happy I did purchase it. You know, Pat McGrath, like, the quality is exceptional all the time. You're just gonna have to get behind the price point because this retails for $55. I picked it up during the Sephora sale, so I did get a discount on it. And I think it's just a welcome added to my collection. You know, you can do a lot of different looks. So like, I have this look on now, and it's not dark. You know what I mean? You can manipulate this palette where it's not so dark. You know, you could throw this on your outer V. You can do this on the crease, but you're going to have to tread lightly because, you know, these shades are pigmented, and if you go a little bit too far next to, you know, your whole look has been taken to the next level. This shade right here, Interstellar, is beautiful. I just put this on with my Urban Decay Potion Primer, the eyeshadow primer, and the shade Caffeine. They blend out like a dream. They last 8-10 hours. You don't have any problems with this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I think now this shade there, I mean, you can manipulate. I do actually have it on as a highlighter, but I do think I would like to see another type of shimmer shade other than just, you know, this champagne shade. But I think it's beautiful as a highlighter. It's really popping on me as a highlighter, so I will definitely be dipping in this palette for a blinky highlighter for her. And like this shade right here is more of a satin finish, so you can blend this shade into your crease without any problems. So if you're like, oh, it's only one crease shade and then you got the black, but no, this shade Metropolis goes into the crease so nicely, and it's a nice satin finish. So I do think that this palette is gorgeous. You know, Pat McGrath, you know, she's always bringing us something fresh. And if you just check out her Instagram, there's so many like tutorials on that palette where you can just pull inspiration from. But like I said, I did this look and I think it's very wearable, very appropriate. Like you can just look, you can go out, you can go some, you know, during the daytime and transition to night without a problem. So the next one I picked up from her is the Mothership Sublime, and this is the Bronze Temptation one. Now this one, I was at first interested in this one, and then this one wasn't even really on my radar until I saw like the dual chrome shifts in this palette. This shade right here called Corruption, it looks like just a regular old schmegular cranberry shade that we have a million times over in our palette, but it has this green dual chrome shift to it, and it is gorgeous. It's like an orangey green. It's like two colors at once. It is a satin. You can blend it all the way up to the crease without having any problem. Then you have this color right here called Provocatrix. It's also a dual chrome. It is beautiful. It's so, like, the shadow has so much body to it. This shadow especially, it's not sheer. It has a lot of body to it, and it just, you can put it all over the lid and you're good to go. We finally have our lighter crease color, because something about these browns, when she makes these browns, they just are really get a lot darker on you. But we finally have our nice caramel crease color. This shade right here, Supernova. This, I mean, it looks Christmassy, but you can manipulate it where this palette is not Christmassy. This shade right here is beautiful. This one's a little bit sheerer and grittier just because of the glitter. And then we have another champagne called Celestial. So, but I think this palette was beautiful. These two shades right here and this Nova, like the way they just shift in the light, they are amazing, and they blend very well together. You don't have a problem with it. And then you also have this Dark Paradise shade, which is a brown with a kind of like a purple feel to it. So I do think that this palette is beautiful. Once again, it retails for $55. She's offering, you know, promotions on her website and payment plans. And then of course I picked it up with the Sephora VIB. And then, you know, if you're VIB, you get your points, and then you convert them over to the 2,500 points, you can get your $100 gift card. That's only if you're Rouge though, and that drops in the Rewards Bazaar every Tuesday and Thursday. So you can use those coupons to try out some of these more expensive items. And that's how I manipulated and got my Mothership 5 palette. So I paid $25 for that palette, which is great. So I would always suggest doing that. Just know the tricks of the trade to work a sale. You know, like, the stuff costs money. You got to save a coin where you can. But I think this palette is beautiful. It's welcome to my collection. And even though these are champagne shades where I think like they're beautiful, but I don't typically gravitate toward them, I'm like very happy to have it in my collection. And I think this shade, I've actually worn this shade as a highlighter too, and I think it works very well. So I hope you enjoyed my reviews and my final thoughts on these products. Like I said, I have been enjoying these products. I love it when I can just come on here and be like, yes, I recommend it. Yes, I recommend it. Here are my pros and cons. And I am not like, oh, this is horrible, because I really do enjoy makeup, and I want the things that I purchase to work out, and I really do put thought into the things that I purchase. I'm not just buying a bunch of stuff just to have it. So let me know what you guys think about these products. Are you guys going to purchase them after seeing my final review? Did it help you make a decision? Just let me know down in the comment section. Do you already own any of these palettes? Give this video a big thumbs up, because like I said, I like to just bring positive reviews. I like to know that the products I picked out, they really do work. I don't like crappy makeup, so I'm very overjoyed that all of these products worked out that I have picked up lately, that I don't have any duds, especially when I order things from online that I cannot, you know, return, or just like I'm stuck with it at this point. So give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.